Well, so where are we now in this world of stupidity that we're living in? And there's no other way to say it. This world of brain dead, controlled stupidity that we're living in right now. Well, as we head towards the new year, they realize, these globalists, these people who are behind this cruel, inhumane reset, or whatever they want to call it. You can call it world communism, reset, totalitarianism, whatever it is. It's cruel. But they realize people are waking up. People are very slowly waking up and realizing what's really going on. So what do? Now they make up something even more ridiculous, implausible, saying that there's a new strand of the virus. A new strand. What in England? I think they said, in the UK or in South Africa, a new strand that's to scare you even more, to make the world panic even more, and to make the brain dead, weak-minded masses believe it even more, and stay in fear, so they don't become calm and relax and go back to a normal lifestyle. They don't want that, because then you might say no to their vaccinations or whatever else they have in plan. They want to keep you trained for this new lifestyle that they want for the world. So where are we? Like this is the year, and next year and whatever they have planned, where all resemblance of freedom of lifestyle, happiness, democracy has changed. Even if you think you still have your freedoms. If, for example, in certain countries where they didn't have all these idiotic lockdowns and stupidity and restrictions, like Sweden, I think Croatia is really relaxed, other places like that, even that, you still don't have the same freedom of lifestyle that you had before, because many of the people in those countries like traveling, for example, to enjoy a nice vacation or a holiday, and you cannot do that now. You have to comply to certain cruel, inhumane restrictions if you want to go and travel to these places, to get on airplanes now. With this non-existent testing for a non-existing virus that you have to do. That's cruel and inhumane. And they're requiring this, and they're trying to even require even more, make even more restrictions or requirements for you to travel freely and do the things that you've always wanted to do, all for something that does not exist. This magical disease floating around in the air, supposedly entering people's bodies and instantly infecting them, killing them, whatever they want to say. Nonsense. None of it's true. You should know that by now. If you don't have basic intellect, logic, common sense, and intelligence. It doesn't take much to see something that's implausible. You have people saying, "Oh, well," even people that say, "Well, I think that there is something out there, but they're just exaggerating it." Well, even if you say that, then they have defeated you. You are defeated. You're part of the problem. Because there's nothing out there. There's nothing different. There's nothing. There's no reason for you to change. You can't exaggerate something that doesn't exist. If I say, there were 10 unicorns running down the hallway, running over people, and you need to be careful. Someone can say, "Oh, well, you're exaggerating that." I'm not exaggerating, because there are no unicorns. They don't exist. I'm not exaggerating it. Just like this virus nonsense. You can't exaggerate something that doesn't exist. You got to wake up. And that's one of the things that people have to do. You can't just say, "Well, I don't agree with because they're just over exaggerating, the lockdowns are not necessary because they're over exaggerating. You need to say that it doesn't exist. We need to have a backbone, stand up to the nonsense, and say this is all a sham. It's a lie. I will not comply. I will not do anything that you tell me to do that's against my basic human rights. All because some people want to change how the whole world lives and they want to control all of it. Whatever you want to call it, totalitarianism, globalism, worldwide communism, world reset, whatever it is. It's something cruel, and it's when we're being forced into it. And most people who are still buying into it, believing that about this virus nonsense, you're being forced into it. And you can call us conspiracy theorists or whatever you want, the stupid names that you call us, whatever you want to say, doesn't matter, because it's happening right now. Whether you believe it or not, it is happening. We're being told protests are banned, everywhere. We're censored all over social media, mainstream media. We're censored. That doesn't wake you up and make you think something is wrong. That's never been done before in human world history. And you can't even talk about something, you can't even disagree about something where they're changing our entire lives forever, and we can't even disagree and talk about it. We're being told where we can go, where we can sit, where we can eat, where we can stand. You must stand in the blue box, and the next person must stand on the white box, and you can't get any closer than that. Yeah. And people are believing this stuff. Believing that some magical virus is going to float around in the air and infect them, even though nobody has ever been sick or shown any type of symptoms that are different to justify any of this. What symptoms have you seen? People say, well, I was coughing a lot. People have been coughing for millions of years. I had a big headache. People had headaches for bronchitis. Bronchitis has been associated with the flu ever since they've been studying it. And they're trying to tell you that, no, this is something new. No, it's not. People are saying anything to convince themselves that it's real because they've been brainwashed by the relentless, strategic 24-hour-a-day coverage of it. And the people behind this made sure, and I've talked about that in my other videos. You can watch my other videos where I talked about how 7 billion people can be controlled. And the people behind this, they knew that all they had to do was control the mainstream media. And they have the money to do it and go around and work with the countries, especially with all the countries working together in the United Nations. Get with the world leaders. Hey, push this nonsense, this BS with your mainstream media. We'll help you out. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. These people have power. They're controlling this. Show that on your news 24 hours a day. Say this virus is doing this, it's doing that, it's killing people, even though there's no evidence for it, and they know most people will not do simple research and find out the BS and believe it. And they're going to keep doing it. And once it slows down and people start waking up, they're going to do it more and more. They're going to make up something else. Okay? This is the virus that people have only heard about on TV, and they believe it. The lockdowns. That's how prisoners are treated. Prisoners are treated like that. Not human beings, but now humans all over the world are being treated like that. With lockdowns. No free human being should ever be forced to experience a lockdown. You have to stay in your house. Go where they tell us to go. We're a dehumanizing, and a mask is a symbol of tyranny. It's a symbol of dehumanization, and that's their ploy. They want you to become dehumanized. Take away your individuality. Every time you wear that mask, they are laughing at you, and they know that they have won. You are complying with their tyranny. We are humiliated, we're bullied, we're abused by this every day. Every time we have to do this, we have to do this, we have to get a test for this, we have to wear the mask for that, we can't go here, we have to stand here, we can't open up this, children are having to do this nonsense. All of this is completely insane. All based on manipulated science. They keep putting their strategic doctors or scientists on TV who are scripted to say what they want to say. And we know the people behind this, the computer god that everyone believes, who wants to depopulate the planet. They're told what to say and make you believe that, oh yeah, that CD whatever 19, it does this, it does that, it does that, and they won't show you a bit of scientific, concrete, visual evidence. And it sounds good to people who don't have the intellect and intelligence to see through the BS. And they know exactly what they're doing. They know that it's so ridiculous. What's going on is ridiculous. The levels of lockdowns and the levels of restrictions, and like even in the UK, I saw where they had a ban on hugging. Something. I mean, they know this is stupid, but they know they have the power. They know that most people will believe this bullshit. Yeah, I mean, they're look at when they give interviews. They have smirks on their faces. Gates, Fauci, they have smirks on their faces because they know this is BS. How do you predict something? These guys predicted this years ago, saying that there's a pandemic that's going to happen in the next few years. How do you do that? How do you know that? Look it up. The videos are out there. Everything I say, again, I'm not speculating or making it up. You can find the evidence. It's out there. There are videos. They've written about all this stuff. Wake up, people. I mean, they just know that they have so much power. They can do this anytime they want. And people will believe it. The gullible masses will believe it. There's rule of law is gone. Freedom is gone. Everything. And they have control of the police force. Look at the UK. Look at the police force there, how they act. They have become cruel and inhumane. But pretty much the rest of the world too, because they're going to comply to and do what these guys have them do. But unless we have backbones and say no, if enough of people say no, this is all a sham and we're not going to comply anymore, they can't. Wake up, people. Okay, people, it's staring you right in the face. You can't continue to deny this. No one wants to live like this. This is not how humans are supposed to live. I'm encouraging you, please, in these videos, please share. We need more like-minded people, more woke people, more intelligent, critical thinking people to share this information and try and wake up as many people as possible. Because we don't want this to continue. We don't want to continue living like this. We want to go back to where it was, because there is no problem right now. There's no virus. There's no pandemic. Stop believing that. They're trying to change and control how we live. Everyone lives to live under a certain lifestyle based on a model, like a Chinese model. Wake up, people, please. We have to use our brains. We get out of this world of lunacy, idiocy, stupidity. And stop looking at these celebrities who are pushing this agenda and believing them when they all of a sudden cough and say they have this virus nonsense. Because it's not true. This has been planned for a long time. And it's working like clockwork because people are weak-minded and gullible. And there's strategic use of the media, so you just see the same thing. You don't see anything else that opposes this or shows that this is all the same. You don't see anything. We're all banned from that. So do research away from mainstream media. Do your own research and find out for yourself what's going on. They're not trying to trick anybody anymore. They know this is all a sham, but they know that most people are not going to do research. So don't let them tell you to put that dehumanizing mask. Take the mask off. That's awful. It looks terrible. Okay? Don't do this idiotic social distancing. That's not how humans are supposed to live. Hug, kiss, play. Let your kids play with other kids. That's how we're supposed to live. Don't let them control us. Do not comply. We have a like I said, have a backbone. Let's stand up. Protest. Thanks.